Ghosh, Department of FMS, Marwari University, India. The topic of his talk is Survival Analysis of Breast Cancer Patients at Rajkot using Multinomial Logistic Regression Model.
First of all, I am thankful to Dr. Padma Shri Gopinath ji, who invited me for this talk. In fact, I am not suited for this group because I am not the professor in medicine. I am a surgical expert. But this work is done from the major project of DST. And of course, I have produced 3 PhDs on the cancer, cervix, breast cancer, and another tumor also. Actually, when the medical scientists stop their work, they close the chapter, the statistical scientists start that work. They collect the data, they analyze the data using some statistical tool, and give the conclusion. So here I have done the same thing. So in Rajkot, there is a cancer hospital and research institute run by Dr. V.K. Gupta, he is the director. So data is collected from there, it is primary data. So the patients who were coming to Rajkot Cancer Hospital, they are given treatment or not given treatment in the beginning. So treatments were the radiotherapy, chemotherapy, hormone therapy, and surgery. So there sometimes the combination of this, along with this ER/PR positives, side of the breast cancer, left or right, stage, age, and such so many independent variables will be collected. And on the basis of that, we tried to fit some multinomial logistic model. That I have shown here. Machine learning, this is one of the good techniques for analyzing the data for finding the probability of survival. It's a key component. Next, machine learning methodologies have developed over time, moving from manually seeded input to the automated information. We see today the computer-assisted diagnosis CAD system have become more intelligent and self-sufficient as a result of advancement in machine learning, which are constantly enhancing the leading capacity of this technology. Based on the patient attribution, we have suggested the logistic regression approach in this work to determine whether the tumor is malignant or benign by enabling therapy where the cancer is still in the early stage of the development. Early diagnosis generally improves the outlook for the woman with the breast cancer. Machine learning is a tool that enables computers to automatically learn and grow from information without being expressly assigned. Smart methods to studying huge amounts of data are provided to machine learning by creating rapid, effective algorithm and data-given methods for in the moment data processing. Machine learning many produce exact finding and analysis. Machine learning is a commonly utilized method in the field of machine imaging, namely in the prediction of a cancer diagnosis. Logistic regression can be an effective modeling tool for conducting whether a tumor is benign or the malignant, since it can compute the chance that a tumor is malignant dependent on a variety of predictor parameters, including the size, shape, and other characters of the tumor. Logistic regression can be used. The 2 reasons is there, because there is 3 conditions are there. If it is one condition, we have used a binary logistic regression. The tumor is categorized as malignant if the predicted likelihood is higher than certain threshold, which is typically 0.5. Otherwise, it is categorized as the benign. Overall, logistic regression is a small tool for binary classification issues, such as evaluating whether a tumor is benign or malignant, as it provides a simple and intuitive approach for estimating class probability based on predictive variables. Logistic regression method, a type of extended linear model, is used to model the probability of event occurring as a function of one or more predicted variables. The logistic regression model predicts the likelihood that an Observation belong to the positive class or based on the predictor component. Logistic regression may be used to calculate the likelihood that a tumor is malign given its feature in the context of determining whether it is benign or malignant. Tumor size, form, location, and other elements that may be important for tumor categorization are examples of these results. Predictors for fresh observation can be generated based on the predicted values once the model has been fitted. The classification of a tumor as benign or malignant depends on whether there is stable chance of it being or not. Now, the other methods are random forest method, are the more sophisticated algorithm than logistic regression, which is quite straightforward. To model the link between the predictor factor and the response variable, random forests employ decision trees. These decision trees have a great deal of adaptability and capable of capturing integrate nonlinear interaction between the variables. But logistic regression and random forest have the potential to accurately identify benign from malignant tumors in the context of breast cancer. If interpretability is critical or there is a clear link between the variables, logistic regression model could be more viable. If high accuracy is important to you or data has complicated intervariable relationship, random forest could be viable option. While training and optimizing random forest, a lot of computing resource may be needed, especially when dealing with the huge data set. On the other hand, logistic regression is often more computationally effective and more capable of doing well even with very detailed data set. This is I'm operating for me. It is. Now, what is the multiple logistic regression? So, multiple logistic regression is useful to situation in which you need to classify subject based on values of a set of predicted variables. This type of regression is similar to binary, but it's more general because the dependent variable is not restricted to two categories. Linear regression is not appropriate for a situation in which there are no natural ordering to the values of the dependent variable. In such cases, multinomial logistic regression may be best alternative. This is the model. The multinomial logistic regression model predict the probability that observation I has outcome k is expressed in the following form. That is the regression model is beta 0 k plus beta 1 k x1I plus beta 2 k x2I dot dot dot, where beta mk is the regression coefficient. And this is important because on the basis of studying this only, we can find that the death of the patient or survival of patient has more contribution for which parameters. Then you can say this is the estimated probability of death, survival, and loss can be estimated from the following expression. This is the probability of death P0, probability of survival P1, and probability of loss P2. What is probability of loss? Probability of loss is that after first year of treatment, the patient either lost or go to some other hospital or they go to the home. Now, what I have done, I have taken 12 explanatory variables and 1 dependent variable. So, these are the some independent variables which are that 0 died, 1 survived, 2 lost. Then family history 0 no, 1 yes. Then post of menopause 0 pre, 1 post. And ERPR, if it is no, 0, if it is yes, 1. Similarly, stage 1, 2, 3, 4. Then what type of treatment we have given, surgery or the chemotherapy or the radiotherapy or the hormone therapy. Then if the breast cancer is which side, 0 left or right. So all this observation I have taken, and after taking all this observation, I have fitted a model. This is the case history. The total number of patient N and its percentage. And this is coded. I cannot write stage 1, 2, 3, 4, that's why I wrote 1, 2, 3. Similarly, ER positive, ER negative, 0, 1. Which type of therapy treatment we have given, that is 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 2. So this is in my case, total number of patients we have taken from the hospital. Now, after taking this hospital result, I use the likelihood ratio test. Now you can say here, the last table, significant. The radiotherapy is found to be significant because its value is less than 0.05. Similarly, stage, the value is 0.00, it is also significant. So what says? It says the effect of this will cause the death and survival of the breast cancer patient. So on the basis of that, we have found out their logistic regression coefficient, beta. B is the regression coefficient. So first will be the death, next will be for survival. So we have found out there all the parameters, all the results. You can find out, here also there is a SI is significant. You can find out RT0 is 0.03. 0.03, this means significant. Then again I can come to here and I find that no other significant for death. But for the survival, one is survival, I can again find out the significant value is there, 0.069. Similarly, stage is also 0.01. So, and also the breast side, 0 is also 0.00. So these three are the causes for the survival. Now on the whole basis, now I found out the multinomial logistic regression model. The G0 is for the death. And what is this value? 0.776, 0.056. It is the regression coefficient beta. From there we collected the beta. And we got a model G0 for death. Similarly, we got a model for survival, that is G1. And for the lost, I considered a 0. Now, using all these things, I can find out all the probability of death, survival, and lost. Now, on whole basis, what is the conclusion? Conclusion, I found these two columns, second, third column is a death, and fourth, fifth column is a survival. So you can find out age, it is less than 0.005, RT radiotherapy less than 0.05, 0.03, and for survival, RT is also less than 0.05, menopause is 0, less than, breast size is also 0, and stage 2 is 0. So these are the significant. Means because of all this treatment, the survival of the breast cancer will be more. Now what I did, just one side, after that go direct to the conclusion, the patient which was survived on the first year and second year the patient who came, the combined have been given same treatment which we have given the first year treatment. And on the basis of that, all estimates were made. You see, I am not going to explain, all made. All the probability has been done, calculated, and directly I am come to the result. See, result, this is result, example I have taken. See, ERPR I have taken positive, all treatment I have given, menopause I have taken positive, family history no, and has 5 children, and age 60. I calculated the probability of death, probability of survival, and loss for first year, second year, third year, 4th year, 5th year. As I have taken the 5-year follow-up, you can see the probability of death is increasing. Last year it was 21%. Secondly, probability of survival, first year it was 90%, but 58 is 45 years. Oh, sorry, just conclusion. Just answering conclusion. This is conclusion. From main breast cancer occurrence has mostly seen in the age 40 to 60. Maximum breast cancer patient have 2 to 5 children. Maximum breast cancer patient have no abortion. maximum breast cancer patients are housewives. And important was the patients are coming to the hospital only at the second or third stage. So thank you.